Welcome to Digital Marketing for Contractors. This podcast is brought to you by Fat Cat Strategies, a full-service digital marketing agency based in Raleigh, North Carolina. We specialize in helping home improvement contractors just like you grow their businesses.
Today, you're listening to a series called Build, Grow, Dominate. Marketing strategies for every stage of your home improvement business. Every Wednesday, we take a deep dive into the lessons that we've learned from supporting some amazing business owners in the home improvement industry.
In part 1, we'll cover the essentials, from startup to your first $5 million. In part 2, we're shifting gears to focus on what it takes to scale your business to a successful exit and/or how to dominate your market.
Now let's get into it. Hi, welcome back. I am Janet, the founder of Fat Cat Strategies. Today, I'm joined by the lovely and talented and honestly beautiful Caitlin Noble.
Hey, I'm Caitlin, head of client services here at Fat Cat. We are talking about honestly, one of our favorite topics today. We are going to combine the power of field marketing with digital strategy to create a hybrid approach that's really going to drive results. So, Janet, tell us a little bit more if your business kind of is in this phase and what to look for.
Yeah, so if you're listening to us and you are well past the startup phase,
right.
You've already tackled some of those early problems, and now you're really starting to hit your stride and scale. Maybe you've got a few sales reps, you've got a brand presence,
right.
You are doing some canvassing, you're out at events, you're out at home shows, and you really want to integrate all of those bits and pieces, then this episode is for you.
Yeah, that's right. Let's talk about how blending traditional boots on the ground efforts with online campaigns can actually help you generate more leads, build more trust, and close more jobs. So, Janet, what is hybrid marketing?
I don't know. It sounds sexy. Okay, in all seriousness, What do we mean when we say hybrid
right.
marketing? What we're really talking about is online and offline. So your field marketing includes things like going to home shows, door-to-door canvassing, really, honestly, like yard signs, job site signage that's got a QR code, direct mail. It's that offline face-to-face connection. So that's one part of the hybrid, and what we're talking about today is marrying that with the digital side,
which is what we have spent many episodes recording about SEO, PPC, email marketing, social media, the stuff we should all be doing, right?
Right. And so when you can combine these two things together, the offline in the real world with the digital side, then that's where the real magic happens.
Yes.
And you're not just doing one or the other. What you're doing is you're creating a strategy where the offline tactics and the online tactics complement each other and work together.
Exactly. More channels mean more touch points, and the more touch points usually mean higher conversions. There's so many stats out there. Like I've heard, you might need to touch somebody at least 8 times to get them to finally convert. So,
and we're not talking about touch in a creepy way. Right?
So what are some real benefits for contractors with hybrid marketing?
So with hybrid marketing, and again, this is that online and offline strategically married together. You're going to get a broader reach.
Yeah.
You're going to build better brand trust and brand recognition in your service area. You're going to get more engagement opportunities, and you're going to get a lot more usable data.
We love data. And if you can track your offline efforts in your CRM the same way you can do digitally, then you're going to get a 360-degree view of how people are moving through your funnel.
Which brings us to our first strategy. So, Caitlin, what is the first strategy?
Our first strategy is promoting your events with SEO and PPC. Don't just rely on foot traffic or word of mouth. Run PPC ads targeting people near your event, near your showroom. Use keywords like window replacement event, home remodeling expo in Raleigh.
And so you're talking about PPC, but I've seen you do it. You do it with social. You do it with paid social.
Oh, absolutely. That might be I think we're going to get to that.
Okay. I jumped ahead.
But we are. You absolutely.
I teased an act later in this play.
But honestly, though, have that page on your website and, about the upcoming event. and so you can run an ad to it on the PPC side or the SEO side of things.
Okay, so what's the next tactic?
Okay, so next tactic is we're tracking signs, QR codes, and phone numbers. This is you have to, Janet.
Right. So, we're talking about field marketing here.
Right.
So field marketing means out in the field. So you've got reps in Sam's Club. You've got maybe a booth in Home Depot.
Absolutely.
You're attending these community festivals. You've got a branded trailer with, samples of your work and small scale models. You're doing all the things. You've probably got signs. You've got print collateral. You may be handing out fun stuff. On that print collateral, on your signs, on, things that you're handing out, you've probably got a phone number.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe you've even gotten slick and you've got a QR code. So why not loop all that together and make sure you're using a tracking phone number that your agency can help you set up through something like CallRail or What Converts.
Right.
So then every phone call that hits that phone number, came from your Sam's Club booth or came from a field marketing event.
Exactly. Or even a yard sign. I mean,
right.
And to be honest with you, you guys know this. Not everyone is going to stop and talk to your field marketing reps. I have definitely been at events, maybe, with my baby, with my dogs, and I'm like, I know I need to get my gutters clean.
And if you're there with your dogs, you know that you can't stop and talk to somebody, not with that big ass dog you've got.
If I'm there with my dogs, I'm like, hopefully I've drugged them somehow. So, or the little white one, just rolls over. But
the big one, come on.
The big one is a Shetland pony.
Yeah.
So I'm still out. I'm out and about. I definitely am interested and excited. I saw your sign. I know my gutters have to be cleaned.
And so what did you do?
So instead of going up and approaching with the Shetland pony,
with a herd of small elephants on leashes and a baby in a stroller, what did you do?
I just pulled out my phone and I took a picture of the sign. It was so easy. And my husband, I texted him the picture of the sign and he called later that day.
And so that's where we're really talking about marrying your field marketing with your digital marketing. If you've got somebody like Caitlin, who is a prospective customer and is out in the world with these circus animals and a small human, she's not going to walk up to your booth.
And you probably don't want her
to. And you don't want her to, honestly. You really don't with the nonsense that's going on. But if she takes a picture of your stuff.
Right.
That picture should have a phone number on it because that's why she's taking a picture of it.
And a tracking phone number is a bonus.
Yeah, why not have a tracking phone number on the materials that you're taking out to field marketing? Then when you look at the end of the month and you look at all of the phone calls that came into your business, it is just dead simple to filter that report and say, oh, we got 26 phone calls from this community event that we sponsored.
Yep, absolutely. So no brainer, track your signs with QR codes and phone numbers. If you don't know how to do that, your agency definitely should.
Absolutely.
Here we go. Janet teased this one already.
Okay, social. That's our next tip.
The hybrid approach.
To marry the hybrid approach to what you're doing out in the world and what you're doing online. So social media is your field marketing hype machine.
I'm obsessed.
What you're doing, you're posting photos. You're going live from your event.
Why not?
Yeah, you're sharing behind the scenes content.
Oh my gosh. I love that. And also what we encourage our clients to do is, grab photos, go live, share the behind the scenes content, but then come back and give us those photos, because then we can go on to blog that you attended.
You mean give the agency?
Sorry, give the agency your photos. Thank you. Because then we can go on to share in later posts. Did you see us at this event? Did write a blog post, like I said, like, hey, we're so excited to support this local 5K. Here's photos of us handing out branded water bottles. So also, don't sleep on Facebook events. So this is something that a lot of these events, so many words, so many events, but a lot of these events that you may be sponsoring will already have their own Facebook event page. I guarantee you, They do. So what you can do is go on to that Facebook event page, and you can actually add it to your own Facebook page, so it like shows up like you're also going to be hosting that event.
Oh, that's a good tip.
I wish I had a better way to explain it, but you go to the event page, you basically
let's say it's a home show.
Yeah,
the home show. The local. I mean, we've got the Southern Home Living shows.
Yes.
So that you're saying that event company,
yes,
that is the sponsor and host of that event. They rented the space. That's who you get your booth from.
Yeah, you're paying them.
You're paying them. That company has a Facebook event page.
Absolutely.
That's what you're saying.
And then on behalf of your business, through your
Facebook business
page,
got it.
You can go and add that Facebook event to your page. It's free to do.
So if I'm a roofer in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I'm doing the Southern Home Living show,
yes,
I go to my roofing Facebook business page and I add the Southern Home Living event to my business page, which makes everybody understand I'm attending that event.
Yeah.
And you're also saying reciprocally, I show up on the Southern Home Living event page?
No, if you're a sponsor, you're probably already linked on there, but it's showing up on your Facebook page that you are going to be at that event. And if for some reason you're at a small event and they don't have, or maybe you're hosting something at your own showroom, make your Facebook event. You can promote it. There's also the free version of that too. So,
great tip. What's the next one?
Yeah, this is fun. And we've done this for several clients in terms of capturing leads both on-site and online. So,
you're talking about at events.
Yeah, at events. Yeah, exactly.
So how do they do that?
I mean, you've got to obviously have a plan for lead capture, if you're already paying to attend this event. How are you going to do it? Don't just collect business cards. Don't just scribble names on notepads. And we've seen, you can do that. Like, it's not successful. But let's be more sophisticated about it. Janet, we've done this for clients.
Oh, yeah. So what we've done, depending on which CRM our clients use.
Exactly.
Let's take Lead Perfection, for example. Our client comes to us and says, hey, we've got a summer chock full of field marketing events, and we want to capture leads in the field digitally, and we want them to go directly into our CRM. Hey, agency, make it happen. Well, what we do is we end up making like a landing page that the field reps are using. So they have that bookmarked on the iPad that has a form on it, and that form is connected directly to their Lead Perfection CRM, and we've already gone ahead and thought through what lead source, what primary source and secondary source we want to put
up in your CRM.
Right.
Raleigh Home Show.
Right. And so then you can either decide you're going to train your field marketing staff to be the human that holds the iPad and stands there and asks the homeowner, what is your first name? What is your last name? What products are you interested in? Or you can set up some sort of kiosk with a keyboard. It could just be like a wireless keyboard connected to a display or an iPad and have some sort of contest where homeowners can enter to win a free front door if they get 10 windows, whatever your contest is.
An Amazon gift card.
An Amazon gift card.
Just giving,
And in fact, on an earlier episode, we had a rep from
perfectgift.com.
Perfectgift.com who has amazing ideas for giveaways. So whatever your incentive is, if you're going to try to capture information from homeowners and you go ahead and think about doing that digitally, whether your reps are doing it by they're the ones holding the iPad, or you give the power to the homeowners. Just go ahead and take the extra steps to figure out how to get that information to go directly into your CRM. Because here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to fatigue your staff by going to all these events, and then after they've stood on their feet in the hot sun for 6 hours,
probably been cussed at.
They've been cussed at. They're handing out flags.
That dog may have jumped on them.
Yeah, Caitlin's dog came and scared the shit out of them. Now you're going to ask them to go back to your office after hours and sit and manually enter a bunch of paper slips.
We've seen it.
Yeah, don't do that.
We've seen it.
There's a much easier way to do it.
And ask your agency. It's not that complicated.
It really isn't.
And so while you're out in the field and you're already collecting phone numbers, you're already collecting addresses, names, etc., grab an email, because this is probably the most unspoken secret trick People are busy, like I said. They did make the effort to come stop and talk to you.
But then they may not remember it a week later.
Absolutely not, especially if it's like at one of those like beer festivals that you set
Oh,
a
yeah.
booth up at. Yeah.
We have a great beer and bourbon festival here in Raleigh, and one of our bath contractors was always a vendor at the beer and bourbon festival. And what's the chances that people at a beer festival remember entering to win a bathroom makeover?
Exactly. I mean, at that point, you're just having fun. And so you're entering all of the makeovers.
Yeah, you're like, yoo-hoo!
You get a big makeover. You get a roof. Grab their email, because email marketing is so important. We don't probably talk about it enough. And following up post an event with email sequence to nurture those leads is going to be critical. You've already got the staff who's going to be calling them to try to schedule those appointments. We know, you're probably listening, oh my gosh, people aren't answering their phones. Follow up with an email and educate them on product info, on maintenance tips, on financing options.
And not just one email.
Whatever is going to help them move forward with a decision, to remind them that you met at the Beer and Bourbon Festival and they did enter for a giveaway, and you've got these amazing financing options if they don't win.
Yeah, so if you're doing that follow-up via email, and like Caitlin said, we know if you've made it past that early scale stage, we know that your call center is calling these people. We know that.
We know.
And we know that they're not getting through to all of them.
No.
So, like she said, email marketing, don't sleep on it. Go ahead, as part of your field marketing strategy, have some digital content, like maybe it's a blog post or a video walkthrough. A blog post could be, or an article, how to choose the right windows for your climate, or a video walkthrough of a recent project.
Oh, I love that.
Then you're nurturing emails that are set to automatically drip over a period of days or weeks post-event, then can link back to that educational content. And that way you're adding value and you're keeping the conversation going.
Absolutely. I mean, and to be honest with you, the only reason I'm giving my email out these days is because I want to know about a deal or I want to be educated about something. So
yeah, and as I age, and I'm aging gracefully, by the way, I'm doing I am thriving and doing such a bang-up job of becoming an old lady. But as I become an older lady, and by the way, don't sleep on old ladies, because we've got money.
Yeah, you do.
And we are ready to fix up our house. But you know what we can't do is we can't remember shit. So if we give you our email address, for God's sake, use it, because it's going to be 2 weeks from now. We're going to be drinking coffee in our sunroom, and we're going to get an email and go, oh my God, I totally forgot we went to that event, and I gave these people my email because I do need my gutters replaced.
I do.
Yeah, so
my windows are not
yeah, and I forgot that I've already found a vendor that, I'd like to get a price from.
Yes.
So use the email. People, to Caitlin's point, a lot of times when people are giving you an email, there might be giving you a Gmail account that is not a work account, and they do it specifically because that's the email address that they use to collect information about possible future purchases.
Yeah.
That's the only purpose of that email. So you're totally fine to send them a bunch of marketing content because they know that's what they're going to get there.
Exactly. So, fun quick case study before we wrap everything up with a real world example. We did not, but one of our clients hosted a weekend fair.
Say it ain't so. Tell me about it. I don't think I knew about this.
And they didn't host, well, I guess they were like one of the head sponsors of a local community weekend fair. They offered live product demos, there were giveaways, there were on-site consultations in terms of what you could learn about the windows and doors that they sell. They promoted the event through Facebook ads and honestly through Google PPC in terms of using some of those phrases like, window demo near me. At the event, they used tablets to capture their leads, and then what did they do after that? They followed up with email marketing and retargeting ads of those same events and of just their business.
So what was the result of that whole exercise?
A big spike in leads and a ton of appointments were set. They weren't set right there at the event, but they were set afterwards.
In the week because of the follow-up game.
Because of the follow-up. Hybrid marketing works when you do it right.
That's an awesome case study.
I'm so excited about it.
I mean, listeners may not believe this, but in all honesty, I just now learned about that weekend fair.
Remember aging gracefully.
Yeah, aging gracefully. Maybe somebody told me about it and I can't remember it.
All right, y'all. That's it for today's episode. If you're only doing digital or only doing field marketing, you're obviously missing out. The real power comes from combining them both.
Okay, so next week, what are we talking about? We are talking about a powerful strategy that many contractors overlook, and that is multi-channel marketing.
Woo.
So specifically, what we're going to get into is we're going to tell you... Yeah. Well, that's hybrid, like online and offline.
Yes.
We're talking about multi-digital channel.
There you go.
Where you've got media, TV, radio, social, email,
Digital campaigns.
all these digital campaigns can work together.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to be talking to you about how to do in the next episode.
That's a powerful one. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode. If you are loving this series, please don't forget to subscribe, and we would really love a review. As always, check out our blog post linked in the show notes for even more resources and examples of what we just talked through. Until next time, keep growing.
Digital Marketing for Contractors is created by Fat Cat Strategies. For more information, visit fatcatstrategies.com.